everybody, I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's Carr's Raiders going up against Smith's Redskins.
All right, Larry, we are due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. A few minutes ago, it sounded like the 4th of July on the National Mall as the hometown Redskins were introduced to this sold-out crowd. They are set to go as their guys will match up with the Oakland Raiders. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
To throw on second down is Smith. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Flush to his right. And incomplete, a disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down. Coming in carrying the losing streak, not the start that they were looking for. 3 and out on the opening drive.
So now everyone's looking at each other. And what I mean by that is, who's going to make the right play? Who's going to get us out of the doldrums? Who's going to get us out of this funk that they're in right now? They've got to find someone who will make a play, create a play, and get their confidence moving in the right direction.
And not great starting field position here for the offense. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Back near his goal line. Here's Carr. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. A very solid gain of 27. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. And a give this time to the tailback. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Don't forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Now Carr throwing on second down. And his throw is incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Shotgun now for Carr. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be fourth down. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on fourth down. Running for it. Here's Lynch. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. A swift move and then tackled just on the other side of midfield. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and it really...
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Matt Ioannidis in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And now a first down following that long gain. Defense showing blitz. Throwing on first down is Carr. He completes it to Jordy Nelson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They'll run with Marshall, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff him for a loss. To throw on 3rd down. Carr, he's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Keith Marshall, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brandon, that play certainly felt like what I call a tendency breaker.
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Swearinger. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. They take over 1st and 10 following the interception. After the interception, here's Smith. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he's brought down. Fresh set of downs here. Now a play fake here on first down. Caught on the right side, Reed. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Here's Smith now on second down. Josh Doxson's got it complete. Give him 16 yards on the play. And just like that, it's third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. And he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. Escaping the pressure right. Open man is Stewart. It's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. To the air again, Smith. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And an alley to run. He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 20, 10, and he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Carr now to throw. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Matt Ioannidis in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Brandon, with the last couple of plays for the offense not being good at all, my thought process as a coordinator, get the ball in the hands of my best player and see if I can salvage anything out of this drive.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now this time Carl throw. Going deep here for Bryant. And got his man complete. Past the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Martavis Bryant, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders add on to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
And here come the Redskins now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On second down, here's Smith. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Play action. It's Smith. Hard throw, incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here's Tressway now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. 1:59 to go in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to work. It's a foot race. He's at the 40, 20. A big play that time for the Raiders. 65 yards. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. Now a handoff as they run left side. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up a third down. Going option right. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Tahir Whitehead. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And an alley to run. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry, so both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that time he's smothered as he's wrestled down at the 36. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Carter throws down. Out left side here to Bryant. Finding some room at midfield. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he is knocked down from the side. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
2nd down, 9 yards to go. Now they'll throw with Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Bryant. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Martavis Bryant with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. And this one through the uprights and good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Tahir Whitehead. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Amari Cooper, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
That's complete over the middle to Stewart. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says try something different, try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun, here's Smith. And now here is another interception. First NFL pick for the rookie corner, Garion Conlon. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the silver and black continue to roll. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So out now come the Redskins. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So Alex Smith on the sidelines. And they'll turn things over here to the backup to see if he can dig him out of this hole. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Richardson. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of block.
And, oh, it'll be intercepted. It's Obi Melifonwu, the rookie out of UConn.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And the D looking like they may blitz. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with third and still 9 to go. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock. Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit. Even though I'm not rooting for either team, that was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Back now at FedEx Field, and this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. Here's the Raiders punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This will be fielded at the 17. Nice stiff arm.
Underused, but still effective.
And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Redskins on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. He also had an interception return for a touchdown last year. Another one there. What's the goal for a defensive back? One a season?
One a season is really
fantastic.
Way more than you would expect. I mean, guys set those types of goals, but rarely are they reached. Rarely are they achieved. To be able to pull it off back-to-back seasons, who says no one makes house calls anymore?
Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Let's go.
They go play action here on first down. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Khalil Mack in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here.
Let's get into the weeds here a little bit, partner. The Raiders last year, road games only, committed the most penalties in NFL history for the most penalty yardage in NFL history.
Yeah, hard to believe in something they have to shore up when they're playing away from home.
Here we go now.
Throwing on 1st down. Hogan looking for his running back, and he's got it. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hogan. Throw left side is taken in by Stewart. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A very solid gain of 27.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Off-play action. Hogan. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. Now the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
And now here's a carry heading left. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Now Marshall. A big hit. Knocked down sideways at the 24-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
on third down. Carr. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up fourth down. Here's the Raiders punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is fielded at the 7. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best.
And the Raiders have got him. Mario Edwards in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Set. Green, 39.
Now Hogan. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Richardson. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 23 yards on the play. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson, and that'll bring up second down. Throwing again. Hogan steps away to his left. And a big play there on second down, but we do have a flag on the field. This is in the area where it might be coming back. To throw on second down. Hogan. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Off the play fake. Hogan. Being chased out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Raiders, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways.